summer camp. I told everybody about it, but didn't get the weddings I really wanted to have happen. I had a whole bunch of different categories I thought would be great. But everybody who did use our services loved it. Just yet, it doesn't really matter because it was really for them, not us. I don't know. I mean, there's so many great things. I mean, watching the man burn, I've never seen something take so long to burn. But it's just very tremendous. I mean, I think that I'm happy that there's not that much wind, though it's not has any drizzle issues, because anything would just prolong this more. I thought they were just gonna power blow him up, straight up. I thought they were just gonna like push a button and blow the man up. Have they ever done that before?
No.
Never. What the hell? I'm gonna start sending some messages out and ask them, you guys gotta blow him up with one button. Anyway, there's just a lot of stuff that's great here. I mean, I found all kinds of different apparel that someone just gave it to me and said, this is you. I guess somebody gave me watercolor paintings. I was like, okay. And then another person who actually really knows how to use all different types of techniques with oil painting. And she made 2 different pieces of art and she gave them to me, where she insists that she doesn't like to sell art. She likes art to go to the people it should go to, which sounds like a very complex system. But she pegged me on the dot with the first picture, and she wanted me to take another one, which was fun because it was so opposite of what the other pictures she made. So I'm going to put them in the room. I made sure I got that inside the U-Haul, and making sure when I get ready to go back to Vegas, hopefully on Wednesday, I will get a full night's sleep, which is the first thing I think I need to get because I'm just so tired. I've been getting like 4 hours, 3 hours. It's hard to sleep. You're a Burning Man. I mean, you just walk to Deep Playa and it looks like you're looking at nothing, and all you have around you is excitement. You could be the dead center of Burning Man and equally see everything. It's not even a full circle. It's what is it, like not a half circle, not a full circle. What's the size? What's the map?
2 o'clock to 11 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock to 11 o'clock. If you looked at it as if it was like a clock face. So there's like a big opening, and it's got the man, and then above it, it's got reaches to the fence where more art cars and more art. Again, it's a real treat because at this event there was so much rain that it dissolved all the dust clouds. There's nothing to have to hide your face or you can't see. It's just beautiful every single day. Even when it was raining, it still looked gorgeous. Everybody had to change their stuff around a little bit, and they couldn't use art cars or bicycles or tricycles. I mean, the roads are still really rough. They're still like, wow, I can't believe. I mean, even the slightest bumps, when there's so many of them, can just drive you just batty. I mean, I couldn't believe how many streets we were going down, and I was just looking like I'm, instead of just riding a tricycle, I'm BMXing. You know, I was like, I need a better seat to go down these streets. But even with that, we went to the airport. Went to some of the other locations where when I was using the bike and it was bumpy, and it was worth it. I mean, everything you can look at Burning Man is exciting. It can be the smallest little camp with the best concept, or a giant camp with a giant tent, and you don't know what's going to happen. There's a Phoenix camp, and they do live burlesque shows and live act and variety talent shows. They do them each day, every day. I mean, now they're not doing it at this point because the event is already over once man burns. But typically they do it throughout the whole entire event with fire breathers and people that spin fire or juggle and just other really interesting stuff with fantastic music. I actually started falling in love with Phoenix. It just looks so not a big deal, but when you actually look at how it's structured, it's designed to hold up 3 stories of people, as long as they're willing to use a ladder to climb up to the spot they want. which is kind of interesting and dangerous, but it looks like they don't have any problems. A lot of the camps, if they have anything that is like a piece of art or whatnot, they just leave it out and just, hope the people don't damage it and hope they don't get hurt by it as well. And it works. I mean, there's only once or twice there's somebody that dies, but when they do, normally it's not Burning Man's fault. It's their own fault. One person one year got electrocuted. You said they made a shirt for it and everything, right?
Shirt?
Yeah, for the person that got electrocuted.
Oh, he was barefoot in water. I've heard various stories about that. I heard this happened at Spanky's.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's hardcore.
And they pulled in someone and they walked in and he was not well, and he grabbed something that was ungrounded, and the electrocution finally finished him off. That was the big death. They're all very shaken by it at Spanky's. All right, fireworks.
Yeah, fireworks are amazing. I'm just waiting for the real big ones. They gotta have it. Everyone got it. Rule 1 of fireworks. You gotta have one mega one. Chili, so I'm putting on something. Fly is great now. I gotta put my robe on the floor. It's just slightly dusty instead of having 1 million pieces of mud over it.
I see most of the structure is standing, but it's tilting sideways in the middle a little bit.
I'm seeing that.
It will all fall over into a pile of simmering embers very soon.
Okay, I'm warmer now.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm standing. You got it backwards. Do I have it backwards? I do. Hold on to this again. I'm going to flip my robe.
This approach to the burn is where you go out and find a piece of art and make that your home for the burn.
You do that every single year?
Most recently, in the past when I was with Andy out front, we were up close, but it's maddening up close. The crowd is just overwhelming. Does it look great?
It looks great. I mean, they utterly destroyed this thing. I mean, it's down to just the bare nothing of it, maybe like 1/3 of the bottom floor. And it's just still going. They're running the techno music, full blast. They got fire that's got smoke. That looks tremendous. Something you would see like if it was a building on fire. You had a building on fire and it was just completely engulfed in flame. This smaller version of it burns as strong and as bright as if you had a full apartment complex burning. Something very dramatic. Whatever they use to put this thing on fire, they know what they're doing. It looks great.
Something fell.
Ooh. It really does look really good. How many years have you been coming to Burning Man, Frank?
2008 till now. 13 except for 9. I was here 9.
That's a lot. You went to every single one, and did you miss any?
Yes.
Which one did you miss?
Which one?
Which one did you miss?
2009. I wasn't here in 2009. That was the oil. The theme was about oil and energy that year. No, that was 7. The Green Man, Greening. That was.
So that's the one you did not see?
7 and 9. I was here in
Okay.
8 and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Was there one in 20? No, there wasn't.
So it's the 19,
So 19
and 21.
20 and 21 had no Burning Man.
Wow.
Pandemic. They had the Renegade Burn, which was just people that came out here anyway, which was better in a lot of ways. No tickets, and you brought your own porta potty.
You brought no tickets, and you brought your own porta potty?
Yeah, an RV, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, that must have been interesting.
It was very interesting in a lot of ways, yeah. You know, because the pandemic, it's just a piece of BLM land out here, and you can just drive out here, and that happened in 21. And 22, it was back, and here we are, 23. Burning Man 2023. Animalia, animals is the theme.
That was a real interesting thing about this. I saw so many damn furries everywhere. There's some people that are kind of furry. People just got hats, and they're not too sure what the hat represents. And you got full-blown furries that have full furry suits. And so they had like 5 camps all around one of the main areas. What's the name of that road? I forgot what that road. The road that Absence is on. What's the name of that road?
C, D, E, whatever E was.
Yeah, E, and then there's like a little circle. There's like a circle around it.
Rogering Road?
Yeah, exactly. So it's right there. And there's like a bunch of really nice stuff that they had over there. We saw them just disassembling stuff. We stopped over at a person that was running one of the furry camps. It was a really big one. It looked just like right from Beetlejuice, where you see Dante's Inferno, an exact copy of what you saw outside, exactly. But instead, when you go inside, it's like a kind of, it still matches the theme of what the outside looks like. The only difference is that it's furry positive, and then it has big couches and mattresses for you to lay on. It's almost designed for you to fall asleep there. And everyone's coming in there dancing and just coming right in and out. Had a very short-lived grouping of people. So they come in, hang out for about 5 to 7 minutes, and then they go out. There wasn't really a lot of conversation. It was more about the DJs and the music and the upstairs. The upstairs had a killer view for you to see everything. And also at the same time, it just had even more attractions and things that you could do up there. Our own camp, we kind of incorporated the animal theme with people howling when they agreed, and a few other things that were recognized that were animal-like. But overall, though, we could have done more, but for what we did was pretty damn awesome. Just we didn't actually find our current event poster until the very end. Like, it was about 2 days before we were done. I think it was Thursday when we found the poster, and we stuck it up in a place that was most obvious, which I didn't take a picture of, which is hilarious. And I mean, it didn't really matter. Everything else that we had for our camp wasn't actually really focused on animals. There was not like a add-on theme that we were adding. It just kind of came into place for people to howl, which people howl anyway when they see a sunset or a sunrise. You'll hear people in the whole entire city start howling. There's even a guy that when he sees the sunset happen, or I guess specifically a sunset, he has an electric drill that apparently has like 5 trumpets on it, and somehow that when he pushes the button, instead of it drilling, instead sends air through the gun in some way, and it makes one of the trumpets go off very, 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 very loud. It's like maybe the most powerful weapon you can have is a noise gun. We were listening to it from afar, and we were like, what the hell is that? Sounds like the sound that a train would make when hitting their horn. Very similar to it, in different tones. A little lower or higher. And this guy is just running all over the place, pushing this super gun, which apparently has a super battery. And he stopped by us to show us how the gun is, how his friend made it, and how many years he's been coming to Burning Man, which he's been coming to Burning Man right down to like the first Burning Man. So he's an old vet that has a friend that makes incredible inventions and art, and he's just having fun and making sure everybody howls when they see the sunset. I've heard him before, and I just didn't know what it was, assuming it was like an art car or something, or maybe the giant boss sheep, any one of the giant art cars. Instead, it's just some guy with a drill gun that is electric, that there's a bunch of trumpets on. Who would have ever thought that? I wish I saved a video of him actually playing it. There's probably got to be someone out there that recorded it, because it's just too outrageous to be able to believe until you actually see it. But yeah, overall though, it's just a bunch of great experiences with the great Burning Man burning. After this is done, then they're going to go to the Tower of Babylon, which I didn't even get to see, but I'll get to see it pretty good now when it burns. Anyway, was there anything that you liked that was burnt in any of the previous Burning Mans? Like any of the art or any of the other stuff in the Deep Playa?
Well, yeah, you can't. That's too much of a question. There's too much going on. But in the previous Men, the Leonardo da Vinci burn was a man in the circle. You know, the famous is it Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci piece?
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, Joe, it looks like there's 2 men inside the picture.
Yeah, that was a good man. A good man. And this man fell over pretty quick. He fell right over. Right, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did. I can't believe it. That's pretty fast.
Well, look at this. We got a lot of people walking in through our frame as people depart and leave the burn for other places. And I guess from over here, they're walking out toward the temple. We look around the playa over here, we can see, among other things, a half moon rising. You can find it. There's our car. And there's a giant ball, a weather balloon ball. It's a half moon.
Is it a half moon?
It's not a full moon. It's a half moon.
Yeah,
where's the moon? Let's find it here. There it is. It's September 4th, so that's got to be like a half moon. Look at the moon.
Looks great.
Center in the picture. Yeah, there's a big weather balloon ball over here.
That looks really great. That's a full moon.
This is the actual, it gets in focus, the Earth's moon. Come on, autofocus. There we go. But over here on the horizon is like a weather balloon piece of art. or so it appears from here. And the man is sinking into embers. Well,
It looks like it's all bunched up.
20 minutes on this take. There is the man, the remains of the man at Burning Man 2024. We're out here under a piece of art that is, it looks like the Flaming Lotus Girl's Stegosaurus. Let's see. It is a Stegosaurus that is illuminated, that has a bunch of propane tanks behind it. So
Great.
there's a Stegosaurus. Are you there?
What a scary ass Stegosaurus.
So say good night, Damon.
I'm saying good night.
Good night, Damon.
Good night, Damon.
And good night to the man.
And good night to the man.
Burning Man 2023. The man burned.
It's Animalia. Animalia?
Animalia. Yeah, that's the theme. Animals.